Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Francisco. I'm alive in Facebook once more. This is a live cast discussing the barriers for adopting a healthier diet and some solutions. Dietary plans and dietary guidelines are a good start point for a healthier lifestyle. However, the main problem with many diet plans and dietary guidelines is that they are generic and might not satisfy the nutritional needs or the palate needs of many people. The attempt to one-size-fits all. Thus, a personalized and tailored diet to the individual's cultural, social, and economic backgrounds and their nutritional and metabolic requirements are most likely to be impactful, easy to follow, and to lead to sustained changes, meaning new healthier habits. Healthy eating is crucial for the maintenance of health and the prevention of excessive weight and chronic metabolic disorders like type 2 diabetes. However, it has been difficult to implement or to follow healthy diet habits at the personal and the community levels due to multiple personal, social, and environmental factors, which then become barriers for adopting a healthier diet, and I will discuss them in detail next. But before that, for those who tune for the first time, I'm Dr. Francisco. I'm a specialist nephrologist and a transplant immunologist working at Francisco Kidney Medical Center in Singapore. And I'm also an active health promoter, and I have declared a war against diabetes, reason for which I have introduced a health-promoting, disease-preventing, personalized, and self-care empowering weight loss program named Olympia Lifestyle Weight Loss Program. And this livecast is the part 6 of the video series I am producing for the promotion of health and the program. So let's discuss in more detail the barriers for adopting a healthy diet. Let's start with the factors related to the quantity or quality of the diet. Traditionally, healthy diets are perceived by many as tasteless, and many times they can be, which is a strong point against their general acceptance, as palatability is an important factor for both the initial acceptance and then for sustainability. Furthermore, some dietary regimens fail by suggesting too restrictive diets, making the individual hungry and unhappy, or by suggesting diets not taking into consideration what is the cultural, social, or economic background of the individual, or his/her preferences, that is, fail by not being personalized. One solution is to use as the baseline for a diet plan what individuals have actually in the fridges, or what food they like, depending on their preferences and customs, and then start suggesting improvements from there. This is very helpful when aiming towards personalization and greater acceptance of a diet plan. Creating a food diary is a good starting point and is a reference point as well. Involving a dietitian is important to ensure a balanced diet with the necessary dietary nutriments and content composition to avoid both malnutrition and the negative effects of being too restrictive. Indeed, it is pivotal to consider what individuals like to eat and what sort of food they have access to or decide to buy regularly. Making supermarket trips with patients and clients are useful to teach them to go for healthier choices. So, many diets fail by being not amicable or by being inflexible in such aspects, and others for not being personalized nor tailored to the nutritional or metabolic needs of the individual. Another aspect needing mention, being a stronger barrier for adopt healthier diet, is the fact that sugary, fatty, fried, and salty diets are tasty and create immediate gratification, which is an important factor for perpetuation of that dietary habit. On the other hand, sugarless, fat-free, or salt-restricted diets could be rather unpalatable. But it is my personal belief you don't need to go sugarless, fat-free, or salt-not to eat healthy. You just need to have some moderation and avoid excesses. A diet plan created by an experienced dietitian together with the art of cooking are likely to help to enhance the taste in your diet. Let's discuss now the factors related to lack of awareness or cognition on the long-term benefits from eating healthy. Another crucial factor against dieting is that the cognition that the benefit from following a healthy diet, that is living longer and a fuller life, it is not palpable, touchable in the present time. And the sense of urge dissipates by many people. It requires vision, trust, and conviction that that is the correct behavior to follow. Doing it then repetitively and allow it to become a habit through practice in daily life, or at least most of the time. These benefits are not obvious to everyone. Therefore, counseling and professional support is necessary, especially coming from a trustable source of advice, where the best interests of the individual are at stake, nor merely the commercial benefits of launching a new dietary product or technique. However, many people decide not to seek for help, thinking it's not necessary to get advice in something so common and mundane like food and eating. Simplistically, dieting and many of the benefits are delayed and not perceived palpable or tangible to the individual, with no immediate gratification or cognition of the benefit. It needs knowledge and vision. But this can be awakened with proper support or even by watching videos like this one, which one of the aims, or my aims, is to motivate people to do a change, as the change I have done myself when I joined my Olympia Lifestyle Weight Loss Program. Healthy eating is like saving money in the bank for potential future need, like investing in something that cannot be perceived or quantified in the present time, which is future health, longer, fuller, and happy life. What can be bigger than that? In other words, eating a burger and chips with a chocolate cake in your favorite burger chain can give you immediate gratification due to the attractive and mixed flavors, plus the fact that by paying extra cents, you can make it even bigger. Such a big deal, maybe economically, but not for the individual's health, which end up paying for it. So not a good deal for your health at all. This is a big obstacle to jump for healthier diets as well. On the other hand, immediate gratification is diminished in healthier diets or restrictive diets, especially if eating salads or similar food is not ingrained in you. If you don't have self-conviction that it's a good investment in your health, but salads and healthier choices are seen as boring and not gratifying, which actually might not be totally true. Palatability is definitely important, as eating is an enjoyable event in our lives, not just boosting our nutrition and energy, but for self-satisfaction, family and peer bonding, and social interaction. But there are ways to make healthy food tasty, entering, as I mentioned before, the realm of the art of cooking. Plus, life is about balance as well. We cannot indulge all the time, and again, having cognition and conviction, eating healthier is the right thing to do, can overcome this barrier of too much self-indulgence. On the other hand, moderate indulgence is fine. Excuse me. Let's talk about the factors related to confusion for having so many diets available, some not really very helpful. The advent of so many types of diets creates confusion. And with these words, the advent of the so-called fad diets, which promise magical, fast results, eating whatever you want, proposing something seemingly unphysiological, or even something non-logical, or even potentially harmful, but effective in attracting lots of people into them, as mentioned many times, to the wrong method. Occasionally, This can create more problems immediately due to side effects of certain elixirs or ending up not working, decreasing patients' or clients' self-confidence and dampening the trust on other apparently simpler or more physiological and sensical methods based simply in positive behavioral psychology, more balanced and healthier diet, and a more active lifestyle, like my Olympia lifestyle weight loss program, but more likely to be effective and sustainable, aiming for healthy loss of weight, with overall health as main desired outcome, not just beauty or fitness, although you can get it, and not just to sell something, but to help people. Let's talk now about the factors related to ingrained habits and non-receptive mindset for healthier diets. Habits are ingrained actions that we do routinely and we are used to do them in an almost automatic mode. So it is difficult to change unless there is a strong motivator, which could be avoiding disease or complications. And a big purpose, typically being able to live a longer, fuller, and happier life to fulfill your dreams, which is also disease-free. Building conviction that a change is necessary and the trust that it can be done, which then help retuning one's mindset, leading to new actions, which by repetition will transform into a new habit, ideally a healthier one, which then will become ingrained in you to be done routinely in almost an automatic mode and will be difficult to change. Even to change a habit with no conviction, purpose, of self-confidence will be difficult. The good news is that all these can be built up with proper support and coaching. And this is one of the elements we pursue in my Olympia lifestyle weight loss program. So overall, it is my personal belief that a personalized and tailored diet that incorporates elements of precision medicine and precision nutrition, creating awareness in the individual on how their own body responds to food choices as sort of biofeedback, with a structure-friendly program, properly coached and aiming to empower individuals to take better diet and lifestyle choices most of the time, rather than the other way around. Potentially, with the aid of a habit plan that is agreeing with a number of little measurable changes in your diet to implement during the day and keeping track of the new introduced habits, conducted through principles of positive behavioral psychology to adopt a new mindset with the awareness of the need for a change. With a health purpose in mind, knowing that by remaining healthy, it will be simpler and more realistic to achieve any personal dream. With awareness on the potential outcomes of continuing with the old diet, potentially facing a metabolic disorder or diabetes, versus the outcomes of adopting a healthier diet, most likely to face fuller, happier, and longer life, which altogether allow individuals to make changes with conviction rather than merely discipline, or by forcing themselves into diet they dislike, and then promoting self-confidence that they can do by themselves with a little of help, and focusing on moderation and nutrition rather than restriction merely. With such characteristics, it is more likely to be impactful and sustainable. Plus, being perseverant and going back into track when needed, we are all humans and have the right to detract at some point. If diet plans are friendly and end up producing results, for example, losing weight, and importantly, these results are sustainable, individuals tend to develop a huge sense of self-confidence as they were able to achieve something that they could not do before. Being cognizant of this crucial aspect in the dieting process and helping individuals to reach this status is pivotal for success and individual satisfaction. Let's talk now about the factors related to the media portrayal of commercial food and meals over healthy food and all the marketing campaigns of big food chains and distributors. We have been long bombarded with commercials from any of your favorite food chain, product or drink. And we know that many products widely available are far from being healthy and have contributed to the development of diseases through the years and decades. Rightfully or unrightfully, they claim that individuals have free choice and must have willpower, and they never force anyone to consume their products, which is true to a great extent. But many people targeted intentionally or not are children, in which these characteristics of free choice and willpower are still on their development, and they follow their example. Plus, there are also many vulnerable people having little time to cook or shop around for healthier choices, or little time or mood to take good care of themselves, or subjected to too much stress, ending up choosing the most attractive, easily available, easy to ingest food. Easy to get, it's cheap, just unwrap it and gulp it. We do need to take better care of ourselves, We need to aim to find the time. Note, I use the word aim and not try to find the time. You might need to be more organized, and we shall need to use more our willpower and self-control. If allow me to do a parenthesis at this moment, willpower and self-control are important items to control impulses and take better choices, which can be called discipline. But being disciplined implies you need to control yourself. I believe that individuals can go beyond discipline and let the need for healthier diet choices arise from conviction. As commented in previous videos on this series, if allowed ourselves to have the awareness of what our body is warning us, plus importantly discover our big purpose in health and why we need or want to do some changes, plus knowing that there are two paths to follow with two different outcomes. One, the old one, most likely encountering disease or complications at some point of our lives, and a new path with healthier diet and lifestyle choices, most likely to allow a longer, fuller, and happier life and higher chances to fulfill our life dreams, whatever they are. Then conviction can arise. Conviction is more powerful and less stressful than discipline. Going back, related to the food companies factors, food companies could be more cognizant of the negative impact of their unhealthy food, which are not necessarily eaten in large quantities by many, but by some way too often. They also should have the free choice and willpower to create healthier products, or not to bombard us with so much advertisement, or at least not with unbalanced advertisement, so not to bias our free will. In this respect, higher accessibility to healthier food is crucial. In the case of children, parents, teachers, and schools shall produce a health-conducive environment and diet. Food companies could add in their commercials that their products consumed in excess or way too often can lead to diseases like diabetes and cardiovascular problems, or at least reminding us to eat a balanced diet and avoid excesses. And children's diet should be supervised by health-conscious adults. The word power of these companies could be used for good, and I trust they will be impactful as they have great influence on us. Now, talking about influence, the media, furthermore, could go then exalting anywhere and anytime the benefits of healthy diets, saying that they not necessarily need to be unpalatable, exalting their benefits and the reason of why we need to adopt them, or risk to increase even further the pandemic of diabetes and other chronic metabolic disorders. As I am doing, as many are doing, as many governments are doing, they shall join the war against diabetes and not take a shy approach. People or agencies with their breadth of influence could be helping us. Us who have a good will but limited influences and reachability. The main purpose of this video and my previous videos or posts is to create conscious and to influence people to take healthier diet and lifestyle choices through their life together with their loved ones and peers. As I am not famous or influential, you could help in this cause by sharing my posts and videos like this one so they can reach and help a broader audience. Also, proper and professional speakers and influencers shall join us in this battle against diabetes, where our best weapon in health promotion is actually promoting health, preaching good lifestyle and diet habits to prevent rather than to cure. These influencers are very good to motivate people. Also, they are very good to preach, for example, saving the planet, which we need to save. But we need to start also saving ourselves from our own bad habits, because the ultimate decision for a change or healthier habits lies on us. My strategy is to emphasize the use of positive behavioral psychology to aid in the change of individuals' mindset into an eating healthier one by setting people's priorities right. That is, for example, promoting self-help to achieve a fuller and longer life, to fulfill all their dreams and plans while avoiding chronic diseases like diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and cardiovascular disease, which otherwise will jeopardize the former life plan. In fact, I'm going to give a talk on healthier habit creation in my neighborhood on 1st June 2019. If you would like to attend, let me know. Also, I'm happy to take more invitations for other health promotion talks if I'm invited. Let's talk now about the factors on healthy food being more expensive. This is a real issue. Sugar and bread are cheap to produce. Then sweets and cakes are easy to obtain inexpensively. Many have suggested to tax higher on sugary products or make the products more expensive. Honestly, I ignore how meaningful that would be, as being myself a consumer, if I really want it, I will pay for it, and I will be depleting my economy after that approach, not adopting a healthier habit actually, and not becoming healthier. Again, the secret is in the mindset change and new actions that follow. It just matters to help in the awakening of conviction and the creation of a healthier habit. Furthermore, educating people on how to cook or prepare food healthier in a non-expensive manner is ideal. And trust me, it does not necessarily healthy food has to be expensive, especially prepared at home. In fact, in many occasions, it can be cheaper than getting a lunch from your famous favorite coffee chain. So we can see that increasing knowledge and education will be impactful. Let's talk about the factors pertaining dietary programs that I perceive as stressful. Also, not all dietary programs have to be stressful, and they can be fun and enjoyable. But they can become stressful when the approach is too overzealous, too restrictive, based on overchecking. For example, some apps keep beeping and beeping. Not all apps. Telling you what to do and not to do, telling you to weigh several times a day, etc. So people can become stressed. But loss of weight can be fun too. Let's talk now about the environmental factors being a barrier to adopting a healthier diet. There are so many environmental factors involved in poor accessibility to a healthier diet or the promotion of healthy diets. Let's talk about the ones related to family and social interactions. Family customs are important determinants. Diet will depend greatly on what is available in someone's fridge, especially if someone else buys the food items for you, or on your supermarket list. A learning trip with a dietitian or nutritionist to the supermarket can be enlightening, especially if focused on the principles of personalization and moderation. Social interactions are also important determining factors. For example, snack times, coffee breaks, available cookies in the office or pantry, food choices provided by the employers in the pantries or canteens, who then could opt for healthier choices. So going out and sharing food, that means multiple dishes and overeating, or enjoying buffets frequently, because also buffets associate with overeating, where it is more difficult to quantify the portions, or simply you would like to take more, to try more dishes and make your money you paid for the buffet or the shared food worthy. But your health will pay for trying to make the best of that economical deal. Let's discuss now the environmental factors related to stress. As alluded before, in addition, busy and stressful lifestyles. Stress can come from work, peers, or family. Push us to seek immediate gratification in mundane pleasures or cheap, unhealthy snacks, which are also widely available over healthier choices, plus leaving us with little time or mood to take good care of ourselves. But all this is modifiable with greater consciousness of the community, restaurant changes, supermarket, food producers and distributors, employers, etc. Let's talk now about the factors to underutilizing dietitians. As mentioned a few times, dietitians can help a lot in adopting successfully a healthier diet. The role of dietitians and nutritionists is pivotal. They have the knowledge of the nutritional content provided by all food and meals, and they can estimate the nutrition needs of individuals or your energy expenditure. So to be able to custom tailor a more personalized and effective diet plan, not only for weight loss, but for overall nutrition and health. In fact, in some medical conditions, dietitians help individuals on how to implement the prescribed dietary restrictions, for example, in renal disease. However, the role of dietitians and nutritionists seems underrated or taken for granted, and this is itself a barrier for adopting a healthier diet. Let's talk now about the factors related to the role of healthcare professionals and the so-called clinical inertia. Many health professionals correctly advise individuals to adopt healthier diets or to lose weight. But many also think that by providing individuals with a printed generic diet, which might end up not being followed back home, or simply by telling them that they need to lose weight or change their diet or otherwise, expecting problems, they might think that that should suffice, but not. Some clients and patients think likewise as well, that all they need is a sheet of paper in many occasions forgotten, lost, or found not suitable for their needs and requirements. In practice, most people need more coaching and more scientific advice than that. Starting by making a food diary and using dietitian expertise and tips and tricks for an effective and sustainable diet. Plus, they might need a little more of rapport building with the dietitian and the doctor himself or herself, to embrace better that advice and embrace better the change. Biofeedback, that is, what your body needs or how your body responds to food, makes this process simpler for everyone. In my Olympia Lifestyle Weight Loss program, we use some elements of precision nutrition to help us with this biofeedback. So you have more intel what is going on in your body. We can give you more targeted, personalized, and more effective and eventually sustainable advice. Similarly, many individuals might also think that a discussion with a dietitian might not be necessary, as the doctor already gave them a plan on a sheet of paper, or because they can Google the diet on trend, or because they think they already know what to do or cut. They might indeed know, but sometimes they don't know how to do it, or they just don't do it. but they think they need just to find the right time after the season festivities. But the time keeps passing by and the festivities coming and coming and nothing is changing. Unfortunately, diseases do not give you a chance after each holiday, or they don't wait for the right moment for you to decide to do a change to be healthier. Actually and sadly, most of us do a change when there is a warning from the body, develop a new disease or a complication. It takes great vision or trust to doctors or advisors like me, advising you and encouraging you to do a change in advance, before something happens, before something occurs and it's too late. Remember, prevention is better than cure, right? Let's talk now about the factors related to the government reaching the stakeholders in a more impactful way, like the food chains and the media were already talked. Certain governments in the world have declared a war against diabetes, like the Singapore government, and implemented some health and education campaigns. As we know, and I told you before, the media plays a great role. Wherever you go or browse or watch, there are always advertisements of sugary drinks, unhealthy chain restaurants, etc. These companies traditionally have the money and food market power, but governments can make the advertisement more equitable and perhaps incorporating warnings like they do for smoking or alcohol advertisements that excess has consequences, or encourage change to healthier versions of their food. Not only make an original and a diet version, but remake the original version healthier. Governments don't need to be very prohibitive or punitive, as some have suggested that, but at least be more encouraging to the stakeholders I mentioned over the understanding of the importance of being pro-health in the products and advertisements. Sometimes unhealthy food indeed gets some demonization in the media, but they are already too ingrained in us. Exaltation of healthy habits, healthy diet, and their benefits, broadcasting of all that can help, plus bombarding us then with that information will be impactful. Not only bombarding us, but marketing campaigns from the latest sugary or energy drink or the newest, largest pizza burger deal. Plus, obviously, it is ideal to preach better food and dietary education since childhood. Habits are formed since childhood, so it is the best time to prevent it. But occasionally, the focus is on adults and disease detection and prevention of the complications. The focus shall be first health promotion, then induction and maintenance of health as early as possible, and that's at the childhood or young adult level. Then also applying and focusing on awareness, detection, treatment, and prevention of complications. The healthcare budget needs to be prioritized for the promotion and maintenance of health, for the prevention of overweight, obesity, prediabetes, diabetes, and metabolic syndrome, which portend significant cardiovascular risks and can be accompanied by multiple complications, many of them even disabling or leading to potential premature death. Adopting a healthier diet and losing weight can kill the chain of illness described above and all their ramifications. The health and finances of individuals and families are not the only ones that will benefit. Employers having healthier employees will have a more constant and strong power force by promoting health and preventing disease, minimizing as a consequence the need for sick leaves and visiting the doctors, including spending more money in consultation, treatment, and hospital bills for their employees. Insurance companies can benefit in the same way, needing to pay less in the treatment of disease and complications if participating in health promotion. Healthcare budgets will be better spent if focusing on health promotion, disease prevention, primary, secondary, or tertiary, so they could spend less money subsidizing the treatment of disease and complications. This is the difference between investing versus spending money. Simplistically speaking, when the investment is typically much smaller amount than the money spent on treating, on curing in the long run. Overall, prevention is more effective and cheaper than treatment. Perhaps not that easy because trying to reach and convince more people at large, when especially they feel okay and they don't see the need of doing a change, yet at least. So motivational talks to change on awareness to awareness, disbelief to conviction, self-doubt to confidence, hesitation, indecisiveness, passiveness, or procrastination to decisiveness and assertiveness, feeling of helplessness to feeling backed up, are likely to contribute to the change of habits and make it easier. Let's talk now about the factors involving the individual and the personal level. And I need to thank you for staying all the way with me, but this is really very precious information for you and your families. So please try to digest this information. Let's talk the factors that can act as barriers at the personal level. One of them is lack of confidence of doing the change and fear that the outcome is unachievable, possibly because of previous personal failures on certain diet regimes, or lack of supportive and conducive environment. This is a strong barrier. Also, self-defeating, thinking that that is the maximum they can do, and settling with the reality that nothing can be done. But with support and counseling, these fears can be dissipated. You need trust in yourself and trust in your support team. But you need to shake mentally the I can't do it. I cannot stop eating that. That food is for cows, for example, in the case of salads. You need to shake that from your mind and adopt more positive statements like you can do it. You will eat only this portion. You can eat also salads and doesn't affect you anything. You can still eat meat, but you can eat also salads. More affirmative and assertive statements to bombard positive your mind will help you in changing the mindset and adopting a change and adopting new healthier habits, and to keep them for a long time. In addition, the opposite can be a strong barrier. Self-reassurance of self-misreassurance, that they can adopt a diet and lose weight anytime, not needing help from anyone, or that they will just start it after the next holiday, but the holidays keep passing by, the weight remaining or increasing, and the health inside silently going down. Indeed, if they could do it solo at any time, why has not happened? Again, support and counseling can help in this. Although this is more difficult to address, this self-misreassurance, it's more difficult to address than fear or lack of confidence. Another barrier is claiming not sufficient time to take good care of ourselves. I can relate to that. Who is not busy and stressed in modern working and life environments? However, health is a huge priority. By losing health, you will not be able to not only do what you like in life, but to perform in that job that keeps you so busy. Simple and simple to say, but better time management and organization can help. Actually, something I have found useful in particular is scheduling and planning ahead. Put healthy buying, healthy cooking, and healthy eating in your daily plan. And it will be as normal as going to the next business meeting. Aim for healthy diet goals and set a habit diet plan. Also, setting up unrealistic goals is another barrier. For instance, aiming to lose too much weight, or aim to cure a disease, or look like the next top model, or put too many restrictions. For example, remove totally one component of your diet, go totally sugar-free, or aiming for a perfect diet. Achieving dramatic changes can occur with lots of restrictions, but typically you will eventually hate those restrictions and go back to square one. Small changes are easier to implement and their effect will build up. If you allow me to share, I lost 9 kilograms, which is over 10% of my body weight, in my Olympia Lifestyle Weight Loss Program, over 8 to 9 months. And so far, more than half a year, beyond that, I have maintained my weight. It was slow but effective. I had patience, as my destination was health. But also, my diet is not yet perfect, and I still need to improve a little bit more my content of sugar in my diet. But certainly, it is much more better than the previous one that helped me maintaining my older weight. You actually don't need to aim for perfection, but the small and frequent improvements can lead to significant changes eventually. And you can retrack when necessary. Thus, small and sustainable changes. And I tell you, I have lost weight, and for sure I have improved my health and my confidence. And certainly I have reduced my risk to developing diseases like diabetes. Now it is your turn. Sometimes we feel that what we have done at the individual, community, or governmental level is enough. If it were enough, diabetes incidence and prevalence and all its accompanying diseases and complications would have different figures. Are we going to settle like that? I hope not. Have you heard that the first medicine, or even the best medicine, is diet? I can say that at least the best preventive medicine is diet for chronic metabolic disorders like diabetes. Thank you for your attention. Dr. Francisco, wishing you the best possible health. Take care. Bye-bye.